I really, to be honest, people are going to think I'm crazy for this, but what's up? Justin Barcia here at Weston, hanging out. You're watching 5 Minutes with Fletch.
So, two-time East Coast champion. Which was your most favourite one to win?
That's a good question. I would say, obviously, the first one, there's nothing ever like it. But the second one meant a little bit more to me just because back-to-back it, and also the first race, I ended up falling in practice and breaking my wrist, so I wasn't able to train during the week. So I was literally just using my talent and racing on the weekend. So that one was special for me, the second one.
So, probably a very iconic moment was the whip in front of Kenny.
Yeah. Me and Kenny never talked about that one. I'm gonna have to bring it up to Kenny one day and go, "Hey, you remember that?" And they go, "Yeah, you were an idiot," probably he'll say. But yeah, that was cool. That was like we were young, crazy. In the moment, it didn't feel that close.
Yeah.
But then watching it was like, wow, like this much more, and it would have been ripped his head off. so it was crazy.
Yeah. Did you know he was there, or did you just whip it like you said? Because you said you did it every lap.
I mean, obviously, I knew Kenny was there, but I didn't know Kenny was that close. But when you pass, like when you're that age and a bit cocky, like you just hammer down. So like I just threw it as hard as I could, but it was really close. So after the race, I tried to play it off like, oh yeah, like I didn't know he was there. Obviously, I knew he was there, but I didn't know he was that close. Kenny's pretty smooth. He doesn't really rev that much, so you don't really know when someone's that close.
What's been your favorite kit combo ever?
Oh, mate. Favorite kit combo ever. I think one of the most special ones was the recent one I did at the second Anaheim this year was the Ghostbusters. It was really cool because I did a lot of filming at Sony headquarters in California, and then they brought the Ghostbusters car to Anaheim Stadium, and I got to drive the car in the infields, and the gear also just looked epic. It was like one-off, really cool, and really special to me.
What's been your most frustrating race ever?
Oh, man.
Is it like when a lapper gets in the way?
Yeah, so I've had a few moments for sure, but I would say I believe it was I don't know if it was my first championship or second championship in Supercross. I think it was my second one, and I was going for the win, and I was passing a lapper, and it was a kid I knew and trained with, and he just came across me and took me out, and I ended up getting second to Kenny that weekend. But being young, you make mistakes, so I absolutely lost it after the race. I was like upset and yelling and like just really pissed off. So I would say that was one of the most frustrating races ever, losing that race and also losing it on the last lap by a lapper. It was tough.
Because you trained with him, did it make that just that little bit more frustrating?
It made it so much more frustrating because I knew the kid, and also he was so ignorant and never like said like, "Oh, my bad." It just kind of was like it was crazy.
What's the relationship with you and Kenny now? Because when you were fighting for that title, I know off track, was it friendly?
I would say me and Kenny never talked. We were just super like competitors, like that was it. But now, obviously we both have kids ourselves, so it's like we're cool, we see each other. But I would say both of us are so competitive that when we get the helmets on, it's like full competitive, nothing. But when we come off the track, we can talk and hang out and mess around and have fun. But when our helmets goes on, it's full game face.
So where did the name Bam Bam come from?
Oh, Bam Bam. I pretty much got the Bam Bam nickname my first year Supercross. I was really aggressive. Yeah, really aggressive. I would say, me and Dino, Dino got the most Bam Bam ever. He'll never live that down because I totally was so aggressive with him and just bullied him for years in Supercross. So I would say, the Bam Bam nickname came from that, carried on throughout my career. I still have that little aggression, but I've kind of toned it down now, and I'm a little bit smarter with age.
So it came, honestly, I don't blame you for being aggressive in Supercross.
Yeah.
Because how difficult is it? Because on TV, it doesn't look difficult. But when, when you speak to riders,
Yeah.
It looks really difficult.
Yeah, Supercross is gnarly. It's intense. It's tight racing, and you just got to force. Sometimes you got to force the issue a little bit to make the pass, and that's where it's really worked out good for me. Getting that nickname, and sometimes when I come up on guys, I can pass them easier because they know I'm a bit aggressive. I'm gonna go for it, and I don't. You just usually don't back out of a pass. Obviously, like I said, I've done some crazy passes. I've been over the top, but for the most part now, like it's good passing, good hard racing, and that's what I love about dirt bikes. It's hard racing, but Supercross definitely need to be aggressive. You have that bam bam attitude because it's a short race, it's a fast race, and the tracks are tight, so you need to make it happen.
So, in outdoors, were you less aggressive?
For sure. Yeah, outdoors, obviously still aggressive, but the tracks are so big and there's so much speed. You can use the track more to your advantage to pass guys, so you don't need to be as aggressive. You can, no, you're not really block passing or doing anything like that. You're just more racing the track hard and making good, clean passes.
One bike, one rider to race. What are you doing? One day only.
One bike, one day, one rider to race.
Any track in the world.
Any track in the world. Wow. Whew.
I'll make it a bit easier. Track that you've ridden.
Track that I've ridden. All right. Jeez. If it's for fun, I'm going with Redbud.
Mm-hmm.
Going with Aaron Plessinger. I think that would be a fun race. Me and him are buddies, and we've had some good races, so I think that would be mega.
What are the whoops like Washougal?
The whoops at Washougal are like Supercross whoops on steroids. They don't get as cupped out because they're quite a bit bigger and they're really hard pack and pretty slippery, but it's a good feeling when you get up on top of them and you just go across them. And sometimes nowadays they're actually so big where you can jump them and kind of skim out. So they're I would say more fun than anything. It's a really cool whoop section.
What has been your one singular favorite track that you wish you could go back and ride?
Oh, mate, I've ridden a lot of tracks. I really, to be honest, people out there are gonna think I'm crazy for this, but I really liked racing Lommel. I thought I love sand. I love the sand. Obviously, we're here in Weston. I love the sand.
Come here?
Yeah, come here to check it out. I thought so. This is like Weston for me is just a fun off race. I don't need to go out there and win.
Yeah.
I don't need to even go out there and finish the race. I can just go out there and have some fun, and that's what this is about. I've been in the UK shutting off, so I'd say for me, you get when you get a good flow in sand, it's really fun. So Lommel we don't have it like in America, so where the bumps get so big, you can start jumping them, and like it just is really fun. So I think just for a fun riding day, like you don't have to go out and train or anything, just go rip it up at Lommel would be pretty cool.
So, what made the decision to come to Weston?
Honestly, I'm over here on vacation in the UK, hanging out with my wife and family up in the Sheffield area, and Weston was just right down the street. I wanted to check it out, see what it's all about, and then one day I want to come here and actually do the race legit, build the bike out for the sand, and have a go at trying to win this thing. So this year for me, it was more of just, coming down while I'm here, scoping it out. There's a ton of fans today, which has been cool. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, seeing all the fans and just having a little bit of fun.
What are your plans for 2025?
2025 plans. Going to be on the gas and planning on racing Supercross and Motocross. So pretty much everything's the same. Not much has changed for me. The only big things that changed for me is I'm going to go train down at Alden Baker's training facility with the boys. So it'll be like Aaron Plessinger, Malcolm Stewart, RJ Hampshire. So that'll be really cool. I think it'll kind of, my hope is it elevates my, my racing to the next level.
In the future, are you going to look to come to a British Championship?
Yeah, my goal, my plan is to race in the States next year, and then have another year after that, hopefully in the States, and then see what's up. But eventually I'm going to move over here to UK a bit, and I think it'd be a lot of fun just to travel around the country and not have to fly to any races, and have a go at it. I think it'd be really cool, and it's really competitive, so I think it'll keep my competitiveness up racing and be a lot of fun.
So when you train, do you push? Or is it always line choice?
Push. Yeah, when you're training, you're always pushing hard. You gotta yeah, I feel like training, you got to simulate racing. You know, that's why I'm excited for the new training program next year, because I feel like riding with a lot of fast guys will really elevate, you know, the speed next year.
No, then you don't take no slack. So
No slackers. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy. So I'm really looking forward to it and seeing what it's like. And I've done a lot of different training programs and things like that. So I'm excited to see what it's about.
what do you put for a rainy Supercross race or a bone dry?
Oh man, I'm quite known for a good mud racer. So usually when it rains, I get a smile on my face, and I'm like, this is gonna be a lot of fun. But obviously it's a bit messy. But I think I'd go for a mud Supercross race. It's quite a good time.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, mate, appreciate it.